Monday. Welcome into Monday. It's Monday all day. Oh, yeah. Good morning as you get logged in, guys. I see names starting to pop up. Welcome to Monday. It's Monday. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, welcome to another day of Vital Action. We're going to get started at 11:30. That's how that works. We got to give you the heads up to get in. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. You guys ready for another show today? We're about to get started with another Vital Action. It's Monday, June the 5th. I'll tell you what, we've hit 3 minutes. Let's bring the drums in. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah, it feels a lot more. Oh, man, it's coming alive, yeah. Yeah, come on now. Yeah. We got less than 2 minutes, guys. Bumping up the jam right here. See what I got on the watch here, guys. Come on, second hand, you can do it. There it is, 1 minute, guys. We're on right on 1 minute. You guys ready? I feel it's almost time to push the buttons. Hope I'm not pushing your buttons. Just kidding. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Vital Action Network. That's where we broadcast this program daily, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. From the southwest tip of Virginia, United States of America. We call it the Vital Axiom, and you might be saying, well, what does that even mean? Well, vital means crucial, and the word axiom means truth. But in this case, we call it crucially important eternal truth, and here's why. because we use the Word of God as a foundation for our conversation. And we're about to do it again today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Vital Axiom. I'm your host, Wayne Hager. Here we go. I'm ready. I guess I could just jam all day long, but I really can't do that. We got to get to a show. How you guys doing? Welcome in on Monday. It's a beautiful day. Gorgeous here. Got the Jeep. The doors are off. The top is off. I don't have the whole top off. Just the T-tops are out. And we're just loving it. A little chilly today riding. I had to turn a little bit of heat on while I was riding in the boat in the old Jeeper. Today's number 1834 in our long list of internet broadcasts. We've been hanging around for a minute. 7 years maybe? I mean, I'm gonna have to really do some calculating. I think it's 7 years. How are you doing today? Let's do our morning shout-outs. It's where we welcome everybody, gets in and says anything. And we'll start on my personal Facebook page. We broadcast in 5 locations, 4 Facebooks, and YouTube. You can watch on the Zion Family Ministries YouTube page if you're over there. But if you're on there, I can't see if you comment. We don't get a lot of traffic on that page, mostly on a couple of these Facebook pages. I see who got in here. My mom got in. She was numero uno, it looks like. And Miss Serena got in. Good morning. Howdy, she says. And then Miss Sherry's in here. Good morning, Sherry. Timmy got in. Good morning, Bubba. He says morning to the whole church. How we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I've still got some cruds working. And Lee says, Happy Monday. I thought it said Happy Mother's Day at first, and I had to adjust my glasses. God is great and greatly to be praised. Denise is here. Good morning, family, she says. And who else is in here? Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Miss Betty made it in from Winston-Salem. Kim made it in. Good morning. Miss Eva's in here watching. Then over on the Vital Axiom page, Amanda's there. Good morning, Amanda. Becca and Mr. Doty are here. Buongiorno. And from over in Tennessee. Patty's here. Luann made it in. Awesome message at church yesterday. Hey, thank you. Thank you. We're going to talk about that this week and just kind of break it down. Over on the Zion Family Ministries page, Miss Heather is there. And on my public page, Uncle Aaron's there. And Debbie, Miss Debbie Taylor, Miss Debbie Rayburn. I'm sorry, I said, you know how you do Facebook names. And Sarah Collins is over there. Good morning. I try to listen to our local pastors online when I can. Well, cool. Well, I'm one of those local dudes. I'm going to do an old Chris Tomlin song today. Is that okay with everybody? And I still got the stuff going on. It seems like I can't shake it. I'm just trying to get there. I don't know, ever since COVID, nothing's right? So y'all sing this song. I know you know this song. It's called More Than Enough. with your love and all I have in you, and all I have in you, and all I have in you is more than enough. You're more than enough. Yeah, God, you're more than enough for me. Oh, you're more than enough. And all of you is more than enough for all of me, for every thirst and every need. You satisfy me with your love, and all I have in you, more than enough. More than enough. Oh God, you're more than enough for me. You're more than all I'll ever need, God. Oh, I need you. I need you. You're more than enough for me. More than enough. Amen. How you guys doing today? Welcome into the Vital Axiom on Monday. Let's see if anybody else got in while we were yakking there a little bit, singing. Henry made it. We're so relieved. Glad you're here. He made it in from Dubai over in the UAE. Miss Carol made it in. Good morning, Carol. And who else made it? Christy made it in. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Pam. And anybody? I don't want to miss anybody. Miss Hampton made it in. How you feeling? Let's say everybody there. I think I got everybody in. Good to see you. Hey, we're going to ask for prayer for a little girl named Carly and Hunter. Carly is got a little baby in her belly with some spinal issues. They're leaving tomorrow, I think, or today, to head up to Cleveland, I think it is, for Cincinnati, somewhere up there in the north, and in this Cleveland, I believe. And they're going to do surgery on the baby's spine in vitro, which is kind of sketchy from my mind. But so we're praying hard for those guys that the Lord is just with them, and I'm just praying for no surgery needed. When they get there, they go, well, oops, we made some huge mistake. But anyway, in any case, whatever God decides to do in that situation, we're just believing God for the best. We are going to talk this week about what I shared with the church yesterday, and we're going to talk about the times we're living in. And I know I talk about this a lot, and the reason is because it's happening a lot. All around us, we're seeing so many things. Found out last week, I was telling the church yesterday, that the FBI has been sending spies into churches. Suddenly, Christian people are possible threats to the country. Well, to the liberal country, to the satanic, demonic country. Oh, by the way, I decided that I'm just going to make June Humility Month. Humility Month. So what is that? Well, it's a whole month of repenting of our sin and humbling ourselves before God and confessing how much we're out of line with who God is and what he wants, and just come before ourselves, humble yourself in the sight of God. So it's Humility Month. And really no tongue in cheek. I'm not going for the rest of the stuff. They can have all that they want. I'm going to go for Humility Month anyway. So we're talking about times we're living in. And I started out yesterday talking about this little old saying we used to say, read at night, and everybody knows it, right? You may have watched yesterday or even been here in the service. Read at night, and the answer is what? Sailor's delight. So it means if there's this red sky at nighttime, then you can count that tomorrow will be good weather. And then the other half of that is red in the morning, and then what's the answer? Sailors take warning, because tomorrow it's going to be a bad day. If you wake up to a red sunrise, it's going to be bad weather. It's not going to be good. Hey, Christy. Prayers are so appreciated. We are praying. We really are. And another miracle came through this morning. It's amazing. Did you know that Jesus referred to this story when he was talking to the Pharisees? Because I never even knew for some reason how I missed it or forgot about it or really never put two and two together that this story, this saying is actually in the Bible and Jesus quoted it. Let's look at it together and then we'll talk about what the conversation is over it. It's in Matthew 16:1. One day the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to Jesus came to test Jesus. Don't miss that word. They came to test him. They're going to try to stump him, trip him up. And they were demanding that he show them a miraculous sign from heaven to prove his authority. Prove to us who you are. Make something miraculous happen, which he was doing miracles all the time. There was miracles all the time. They were all around him, and they saw them. And he replied, you know the saying, red sky at night means fair weather tomorrow. There it is. There's Jesus saying that. And red sky in the morning means foul weather all day. And he says this to them. This is pretty powerful. You know how to interpret the weather signs in the sky, but you don't know how to interpret the signs of the times. Thus, the conversation this week about the times. What time is it? Time to get wild and loose, they used to sing. I never liked that. And this is a song they did in church. What time is it? If you don't know it, just forget about it. Look it up. I don't know. So he gives them this statement. Look, guys, you guys know red at night and red in the morning, but you don't know anything about the signs of the times. Verse 4, only an evil, adulterous generation would demand a miraculous sign. What's wrong with asking for a sign? Well, because they're Pharisees and they're seeking it for evil deeds. Their desires to trip Jesus up. Eventually they're going to crucify them, and he knows that. But the only sign I'm going to give you, and it's a peculiar answer that they don't understand, I'm sure, is the sign of Jonah. Well, what is the sign of Jonah? Well, Jonah was in the whale's belly 3 days, and then he was sort of resurrected, kicked out on the beach. So he's saying to them, oh, you're going to get your sign. I'm going to give you a sign when I raise from the dead on the third day. You're going to crucify me and beat me and mutilate me, but I'm going to come back. That's what he said. And then Jesus left them and went away. Here's what I told the church yesterday. This was a confrontational indictment of the Pharisees. He was confrontational. He wasn't accommodating. He wasn't like, hey, guys, how you doing? Oh, so you want a miracle? Well, let's just have a theological conversation. No, he rebuked them and humiliated them openly. Spiritual leaders that are better at weather than understanding the times. Now, we don't have any of those today, do we? Yeah. I am super, super duper concerned about the church. And the leaders and the things they're saying and doing. I just watch and I'm like, guys, you're not doing anything contemporary or cool. This is heresy what you're doing. You can try to, I don't know, use tactics or methods to try to win people to Christ, but when it becomes sin and you know, like that dude recently comparing Jesus to a stripper, the only stripper I'm ever going to, whatever. Jesus stripped off all his, like, okay. Spiritual leaders that are better at the weather than understanding the times we're living in. And I hope you're not part of a church like that. And I'm not here to shoot anybody down. These are Jesus' words anyway. They're not mine. But if I'm a pastor, a leader, a teacher, and I really don't think there's anything significant going on in the times we're living in, probably I'm not paying any attention. And that's what he was saying. He was saying this: fulfillment of biblical prophecy is happening right before our eyes, and you were clueless. I mean, think about that. And that's what this conversation is about this week is I do not want to be in the dark. And I don't have to be. I don't have to be clueless to what's going on. All I've got to do is pay a little attention. Now, you got to be careful what sources you listen to. And you got to kind of vet stuff out and make sure, okay, was that really real? Sometimes I read stuff and go, And then sometimes it comes out to be true. So you just got to be careful. But he told the Pharisees, hey, dudes, he said, look, right in front of your face, prophecy is being fulfilled, and you are stinking clueless. My word, stinking. You're stinking clueless. It's happening right before your eyes. You have no idea. Now, think about who the Pharisees were. Let's just pause and do that. The people who should have easily recognized the times had no idea. What do you mean easily recognize the times? Well, who were they? These are biblical scholars. Not the Bible we have. They didn't have the New Testament, of course, because they were the New Testament was being written. Think about this. The people who with the most education, who had more education spiritually, scripturally, of any kind of, who more than the Pharisees and the Sadducees? Nobody. They were the wisest, the most education, the most resources. They had all the scripts and scrolls and everything available to them. They had the greatest understanding. They really did. They understood all the. If you ask a Pharisee or Sadducee, hey, give me the messianic scriptures, the prophetic, they could tell you every one of them, but they didn't recognize them when they were coming to pass. What in the world? People with the greatest understanding were completely unaware of the times they were living in. Now, I want you to think about your life, because I don't want you to be like a Pharisee. And I don't mean that in the sense that you hate Jesus or that you. Not at all. I just don't want any of us to be people who don't understand the times we're living in. And Jesus, we're going to read in a minute or maybe tomorrow, a verse that gives us a very stark warning about this. I want you to be in the know. I want you to be aware. Your eyes open, paying attention, aware of what's going on. They were completely unaware of the times they were living in. Think about that. Completely unaware. Let's get to that verse I was talking about, and then we'll pick up on it tomorrow, because we're getting near the end of the show. Luke 21:34. This is Jesus again. If you got a red letter edition, it's in red. Watch out, he says. Now, when Jesus tells you to watch out, you might want to think about what he's about to say. If I said to you, watch out, there's a car coming, you would probably jump out of the way, right? Well, maybe we should jump at this. Maybe we should think, I should do something. Watch out. Don't let your hearts be dulled. So here's the danger. The danger is that your heart will become dulled or indifferent. That's the danger. Don't let your heart be dulled by carousing and drunkenness and by the worries of this life. Now, I want you to think about those three things. We'll talk about them tomorrow. Carousing and drunkenness and the worries of this life. Don't let that day catch you, what? Unaware, like a trap. Now, I want you to think. I don't know if you ever heard it preached on or thought about it, but is it possible that day, what is that day? Well, that's going to be the final day. It's going to be the coming of the Lord, I suppose. Catch you unaware like a trap. What? Jesus said like a trap. That's kind of an odd example, isn't it? Don't you think that's a bit strange? Like a trap? He didn't say like angel feathers. He said, don't let that day catch you unaware like a trap, for that day will come upon everyone living on the earth. Verse 36, keep alert at all times, and pray that you might be strong enough. Wow, these are unusual things Jesus is saying, that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors and stand before the Son of Man. Wow, that's pretty powerful stuff. Let me just read it real quick one more time all the way through, and then we'll shut the thing down. Luke 21:34, watch out. Don't let your hearts be dulled by carousing, drunkenness, and worries of this life. Worries of this life. All of us got that. You might not be a drunk. Don't let that day catch you unaware like a trap, for that day will come upon everyone living on the earth. So keep alert at all times. Every one of these little lines is significant. And pray that you might be strong enough to escape these coming horrors and stand before the Son of Man. All those things are significant and relevant to our lives, that we be able to stand, that we not get caught up in the worries of this world. And for goodness sake, drunkenness and carousing or inebriation or none of those things. That we understand the times we're living in, that we don't be like the Pharisees that just are not paying attention. With all the vast knowledge they have no idea that they are literally looking into the face of the Son of God. I mean, think about it just for a minute. Clueless. In fact, beyond clueless, I want you to get this. They wanted to kill him, and they eventually achieved that through the Romans. The Romans were their axe that dropped. Okay, kids, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Vital Axiom here at 11:30 a.m. For now, here's how this show always ends. I go do my little office work and all the closings, and then I come back, so don't run away, and see if you leave any final comments. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Vital Axiom. That stands for crucially important, eternal truth, because we use the Word of God as the foundation for our conversation. And I always want to close the show by saying thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our family. Thanks for participating in these crucially important eternal conversations. We need to be doing this. We need to be stirring each other up and encouraging each other in the Lord. Let's see if we got any closing comments. Major on-time word. Thank you so much, Miss Eva. I appreciate that. It's encouraging. Henry says, thank you, Pastor Wayne. Asante Sana. Buona Safiwe. Over on the Vital Axiom page, Luann says, have a blessed day. Cecilia's in there. Good morning, Cecilia. How you doing? Miss Patty says, have a great day. Patricia said, good morning. Running late. Well, at least you're running. Okay, let's see. Anything else here? Heather says, thank you for the great words. Have a blessed day. You do the same. We need to stand in the gap these days. Boy, isn't that the truth? Come on, somebody. All right, I think I'm done. I'm out of here. I think that's everybody. Everybody's done yakking. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. The Vital Axiom's over for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m. right here on the Vital Axiom, Facebook and YouTube. Bye-bye. I'm going to push some buttons and slide down some sliders and things. Here we go.